an idea of a conference dealing with young men, engaging young men and talking about healthy relationships.
What we're doing is helping and guiding people to heal, because no one can do it for you except yourself.
I knew there was some type of abuse, but I didn't really understand what that was until later.
And I thought about how the priests and nuns made my father feel when they were raising him, made him feel anger, made him feel powerless. I thought about how he made me feel in the home when I was growing up. And he did the same thing to me. He made me feel angry, and he made me feel powerless.
Men learn their violence. And how many men do I know that watched their mother get beat up?
And of course, back then, back in the 60s and 70s, families didn't really talk about it. You know, it's something you hid behind closed doors.
We had people, we'd wake up to, before school, we'd wake up to people partying, passed out, fighting, yelling around, screaming.
I remember when I was 5 years old, sitting in the park and my mom was reading her book, sitting on a bench, looking at other families, wondering how come my mom and my dad couldn't be together like that. Why couldn't I have a happy family?
To hear the stories of these men really resonated with how we should think about our man.
Being a man is it's not about being buff and muscles and riding a horse across the prairie and shooting a buffalo. Well, that's his job. He's got to provide food, okay? Being a man is taking that responsibility of being a good dad.
Know what it was like to be comforted, be told, you know, I love you. So now with my kids, I do everything that I can to show them some kind of affection. Try to be there for them.
To get in touch with them at a younger age.
How to treat each other, the little boys, how to treat the girls, respect. They need to learn healthy relationships at an early age.
All I can do from here is look forward and try to make amends to the ones I've hurt, and try to be a positive role model for the ones that are still growing up.
Our home, we always want good things, not just as parents, but as a family. So we try to incorporate, you know, our family values, teachings, beliefs.
I think the men are the ones that are hit the most, because they're the ones that don't have no knowledge how to express themselves, how to come out of their shell.
Being a man is about being bigger than your ego and being patient and being able to be kind and supportive and caring in the home. Take care of your kids, lead a good, clean, sober lifestyle, and don't try and dominate a woman. Try and encourage your partner. Try and encourage somebody to succeed.
As Native people, we have always been looked at as the providers and protectors of our family.
But most importantly, being a man is just being loving, kind, considerate.
When my older son came up to me the other night, and that's what he told me. He said, I'm glad that you instilled that in me.
And I'd like to thank my partner. I don't know where she went. She's way over there. She herself is a recovering addict. And when times get hard, we help each other too.
Or even to share your story, because everyone has a story, and everyone's story is important.
I like to encourage people to, hey, look, take care of yourself. You have to last a long time. But the other thing is, as a Native person, I understand many things, because there's commonalities across this whole country where Native people live.
Encourage people, though, to learn about the culture and language of your nation, of your people.
I went to a Sundance. For the first time, I was touched in that circle. I was sitting there and tears were coming out of my eyes for no reason, and I couldn't understand what that feeling was. So that year I chose to start dancing. That was 7 years ago. And since then, my life has turned around, it's changed. I've been clean and sober for 6.5 years now.
Who are you? Nitue. That's how we say it in Lakota. Nitue. Who are you? just about the language and the culture, about the teachings within the culture. It's about pregnancy, birth, child rearing. It's about a whole lot of things that are culturally based, that are value based, that many of us have. Or had. We were taught this, that brought us along, to prevented us from drinking and drugging and stuff, you know, that sense of belonging. So the elders have that knowledge, and it's up to them to share that.
But I think one thing that really stuck with me was from Wob's speech, and that was the small things that we do that have an impact on not only the people directly in our lives, but other people that may be watching that we may not think about. It goes back to White Ribbon's sort of mantra: we're not all perpetrators of violence, but we all have a role to prevent violence.
Barrick Mines at first was we had different emotions and feelings about the mining industry coming into the state of Nevada, and more specifically onto traditional Aboriginal lands of our people. And then when they started doing things within our communities as a way to give back, and now this project with the gender-based violence issues, targeting it so that it could be more identifiable and to help our people to get away from those struggles. I think it's a great idea, and I hope and pray that it continues.
Barrick's not in the business of just handing out money. They want to make sure that the funding that they donate to communities goes to help as many people as possible.
I think it's great. I think that corporations need to do more in terms of addressing issues in the community.
We all need that help in one way or another. I think it would be so vital, so important if we could all just come together and be able to share and help one another grow and to turn our mindsets around from the negative to the positive.
We as a community, as a people, tribe, need to come together more and not only have these conferences, but be able to discuss and try to do something for our people.